Some people you just can't, I mean.
Well, this is usually that little check you include with the other and it went with it the last time.
Better for them to not have to have that extra setup. I mean, we've got stuff, they can just borrow it and use it, or we can go with them.
Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday, March 21st edition, 2003, of course, Kiwanis Club of Cleveland meeting. We want to welcome our special guests today and the students and our contest winners for the 4-H Public Speaking Contest. Just to give you an idea, this is our regular agenda for our guests. This is how we go through this, and it's going to be kind of rapid today, so that's a good thing. Okay. Our patriotic song today will be led by Jerry Arms, our Pledge of Allegiance by Gene Montgomery, and our invocation by Doug Green. Please face the flag.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather here as your people, we take a special moment to thank you for the opportunity to hear these young people perform and give their speeches and highlight what it is about Kiwanis that we do. So we thank you for the opportunity to do that. We ask that you bless us and enjoy this fellowship over this meal. In Christ's name we ask it.
Amen. Jerry, I know we have guests today.
We do, but Bruce has a special guest with him. Tammy Leatherwood is here with us today, and the others are with the speech, the parents and the young ladies, and I'll just let them be introduced as they come. Give all of them a hand, would you?
All right, Mystery Kiwanian, and for our guests, Mystery Kiwanian means it's basically a meet and greet kind of thing. Whoever shakes the 8th hand of the Mystery Kiwanian makes a determination of where they want their $2 to go, whether it goes to our Youth and Community Services Foundation, which is exactly what it is, Youth and Community Services. We have scholarships, the Dr. Seuss Day, books for kids, early childhood literacy, all those kinds of programs. That's where those dollars go. And or to Eliminate. Eliminate is our international project for Kiwanis International. It is to eliminate maternal and neonatal tetanus. That's a mouthful for boy from Turtletown. Anyway, who's our Mystery Kiwanian today? Well, it's Cheryl Domick. Who was the lucky guest today?
The last person I shook hands with was Matt Ryerson.
Matt Ryerson. Where would you like your $2 to go, sir?
I want $1.31 to go to...
Treasurer says no.
Let's split it.
Split it. That's very politically correct. All right, split the top dollars. It's an opportunity. It's not a lottery. Just for anyone to know, it's not illegal. It's just a split pot opportunity that we have here, and there went the bell. Is that the first time that's happened? That's not a good omen there. That's not a good sign, Cheryl.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. All right, split the pot dollars. We had $16 in the pot. 8 goes to the winner. Lynn, if you don't mind, pick out one of the tickets. Read the last 3 digits off of the ticket, please.
Last 3, 617.
617.
That's me.
Well, it's great. Peterson. Congratulations.
You can be my half later. Okay, one more. Okay, door prize.
Yeah, door prize. Door prize. We've got a golf ball, a water thing, and 2 bags.
608.
608. Well, man. Well, Bob, all you want. We got bags and some kind of...
Got a water bottle,
Right. Announcements. I've got one announcement in particular. If you recall, I guess it was week before last, I believe it was. We had Coach from over at Lee come talk to us about the Military Appreciation Day. That has actually been rescheduled from this Saturday, March the 23rd, until Saturday, April the 6th, 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. I believe that's the time frame on it. So that has been rescheduled. Also, give you a heads up on this at the board meeting on Tuesday. We've all known that Kathy Austin, who is our secretary treasurer for the club, due to some scheduling issues in terms of classes over at Lee University for not only this spring but also in the fall, we were needing to find someone else to come in and help us out on those duties. So she has, effectively will be stepping down as secretary treasurer of our club on March the 31st, and Cheryl Domick, who has experience previously in another club with secretary treasurer duties, was voted by the board to assume the secretary treasurer's role effective April the 1st. So I want to let you know that that is the one position within our club that the board of directors has the authority by the bylaws to be replaced if there's a resignation that takes place. And as a result of that, Cheryl, having been a board member, moving into that position will open up a vacancy on the board of directors for the remainder of her term. So I will make an official announcement on that next week so we can move forward and get the nominations and so forth for that remaining board member on there, and take motions from the floor. Have to leave it open for 2 weeks, and then we'll elect them on the 3rd week. Okay? So there's that. Bruce or Matt, either one of you have anything on Pancake Day?
On my part on Pancake Day, there's a sign-up list coming around yes, it's over there with Mr. Arms, and so if you haven't signed for that, please do as far as volunteers. And also, too, for our guests today, tickets are $5 instead of the usual $6, so just see one.
How many of you like selling tickets? How many of you love selling tickets? That's right, nobody loves them. You know why we're a part of this club, though? It's the opportunity to give sacrificially. And what you can do for the mission of our club this month, this year, and really leading into next year is to give sacrificially. Give sacrificially means go out and sell tickets. People want to buy them. There are people that are interested in coming. Ask coworkers, colleagues, neighbors, whoever you go to, PTOs, schools, sell tickets. They're cheap, $6 a ticket, $5 if they get them in a group. Sell those tickets, because every penny of that we sell comes back into our mission and helps us do things like give away books on Dr. Seuss Day. So please, please, please take time and energy, sell those tickets.
Very good. Are there any announcements from the floor? Any announcements from the floor? Anyone that we've missed? Anything? Just something quick. The Walker Valley High School Key Club meeting for next week on Monday has been canceled due to spring break. Their last meeting of the year will be in April, that fourth Monday in April, I think it is. Also. Seeing no further announcements, I'll turn it over to our March Program Chairman, Mr. Bagley.
Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce Lynn Middleton. She's the Extension Agent for 4-H, University of Tennessee, Bradley County Extension. She has a bachelor's and master's degree in agriculture from the University of that place south of us.
The good one.
The good one, she says. Florida, I think it was, or something like that.
Thought you said you had an education.
Oh, wait a minute now, let's be nice. It's our guest. Clean it up, clean it up.
It's not Lower Alabama.
No, it's not LA, so we're all right. She's been a 4-H agent for 13 years now. She said she is super excited to be here today with 4 of our finest 4-H members, and I'll let her introduce the 4-H members to you. Thank you very much.
Sorry about Florida, Joe.
I'm used to it. I work for the University of Tennessee, y'all. I mean, really. Are y'all okay if I don't use this microphone?
Yes.
I typically, okay, good, thank you. I typically do not like to hear myself echoing through the room, so, and y'all may not either. First of all, thank y'all very much for having us today. I'm super excited to be here. We have 4 very fine people here with us today, as well as their parents, and I am just thrilled to have the opportunity to introduce y'all to them and let them have a chance to speak. For those of you who are not familiar with our 4-H program, I want to tell you a little bit about it before I let them speak. And I want to introduce our other 4-H agent who is here with me today, Robin Ramsey. Robin's been with us for about almost a year as an agent, but she's been in our office for more than 10 years. So she has transitioned into that role, and I'm glad she's here with us today as well. We have 2 other staff members, program assistants, Catherine Irvin, who y'all may be familiar with, as well as Stephanie Holden, and of course Janet Bunch is our administrative assistant, and she is always on hand to help us with anything that we need. Just a little bit of an overview of our 4-H program. The purpose of the 4-H program is to educate youth through life skills development, hands-on activities. A lot of the different programs that we do are citizenship, leadership, communication. We also, of course, have those foundations in animal. Everybody thinks, oh, 4-H is just ag, but it's kind of moved away from that. It's something that we still do, something that we still hope to continue doing. We have 162 4-H clubs in Bradley County, and we have 8 special interest clubs that focus on livestock, including rabbit, beef, and swine. 2 horse clubs, a chicken group. We have a homeschool club, a backpacking group that we're going to do an outdoor overnight backpacking with this summer, and then a shooting sports group, which of course, main thing is safety with firearms. The kids that are here today, though, have come through this program. They're in-school program, and the 4 youth that are here with us have really obviously done well at the communication side of 4-H. They're here to do their public speaking. Just a little bit about our 4-H program. We have 3,400 members in Bradley County schools, and this year we had 2,800 that competed in the public speaking contest. Now, whether or not that's required by teachers or it's optional is a big thing to us. That's 84% of our 4-H members competed in the public speaking contest. The 4 people that are in this room with us today are the very best. Okay, so you guys, I'm sure, are going to enjoy everything they have to say. So without me taking up further time, I'm going to start with our 4th grade winner, Delaney Stone, who's from Waterville Elementary. Delaney, come on up.
Just have them stand out in front so everybody can see them well.
However you want to do.
Whatever makes you comfortable.
It was November 9th and it was a beautiful day. Kids are waiting anxiously for their parents to pull up, but I was super excited to see my mom pull up. I jumped in the car and we hit the road. I have been waiting for this day for months. We were finally heading to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center for Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama. Once we got there, they showed us our habitat, which is where we were going to sleep. After that, we met our counselor. His name was Brian, and he would be our trainer for the weekend. Our group was an all-girls group, and we were also given a team name, and ours was Crippen. He was an astronaut. Then we rode the simulators. I chickened out before I went on G-Force, though. G-Force is a simulator where you stand up against the wall and it spins you around while pushing force on you. Then it spins you and lifts you up and down while pushing force on you. It makes you feel centrifugal force. Then we went to Space Shot. Space Shot is a simulator where you sit in a chair and it goes up just a little bit. Then you hear a swishing sound, and boom! You're flying straight up into the air and back down and back up until you hit the ground again. It makes you feel microgravity. If you ask me how it was, well, I'd say it was scary and I screamed my head off. So did my mom. We also did a moonwalk and MAT, which is a simulator where you sit in a chair and it spins you all around in different directions. You might think it's going to make you sick. Well, no, it does not. But I sure loved it. You would have too. The best part of all is that we had a mission. Everybody got a part in the mission, but I was a pilot of the orbiter. It was the best part of space camp. It was a very successful mission, even though we had a blackout when we were landing. It was on purpose, so. Then we had a space ball with Chester Knowledge. Of course, my teacher, Miss Famous team won. But we came in second place. Then we had graduation and we got diplomas and awards for teams. Our team won the best team award. After that, we had to leave. Before we left, my mom and I went to the gift shop and I got a stuffed animal monkey and 2 dog tags. I love Space Camp and I cannot wait to go back someday. I hope you get to go and experience it I did. Thank you for listening to my experience at Space Camp.
Good job, Delaney. Our second speaker is going to be Julie Bryant, 5th grader from Michigan Avenue.
I love birthdays. Last year, my 10th birthday was literally a hair-raising event. I had a ponytail party. I donated my hair for cancer wigs and invited all my best friends to do the same. You see, when I was 8 years old, my grandmother, whom I called Mom, was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. That means that she had cancer that had spread to various parts of her body. It was heartbreaking. After her first dose of chemotherapy, her beautiful blonde hair began to fall out. This was a traumatic experience, for her as well as for me. I cried the first time I saw her with no hair. Fortunately, Mom was able to purchase a wig that was almost as pretty as her own hair. That made it easier for me to be with her, and it made her feel more normal. Sadly, some women can't afford a nice wig to wear during their chemo treatments. That's when my ponytail party came into play. Last winter, my hair was almost down to my waist. So when I decided to get a trim, it only made sense to trim off a little extra and donate it to the Pantene Beautiful Links program. Pantene Beautiful Links is a charity organization in partnership with the American Cancer Society. It accepts ponytail donations and creates free, natural-looking wigs for cancer patients. Some organizations specialize only in wigs for children, but Pantene Beautiful Links makes wigs for adults, too. I wanted my hair to help some other little girl's grandma get through her chemo treatments. After I snipped my 13-inch long ponytail, I got an awesome new hairstyle. My friend Maya and my Aunt Zan also donated their ponytails, and all my friends got their hair and nails done. Several of them are growing out their hair right now to donate soon. According to Beautiful Links, it takes about 6 ponytails to make one wig. Ponytails must be at least 8 inches long and less than 5% gray and may not be chemically treated. I encourage you to donate your hair too. More than 750,000 American women will be diagnosed with cancer in 2013, and 1 of 3 women will develop some form of cancer in her lifetime. These facts make it abundantly clear that cancer will affect each and every one of us in some way. Your involvement is critical to the success of the Beautiful Links program. And remember, it's just hair. It'll grow back as beautiful as ever in just a few months. See, after only 1 year, my ponytail is already 12 inches long. I'm going to let it grow out a little more and donate it again. As honored as I am to donate my hair to help women going through cancer treatments, I wish I didn't know anything about breast cancer. I wish my grandmother were here with me today. The American Cancer Society says that early detection is the key to survival. Breast cancer is detected through a simple x-ray of the breast tissue called a mammogram. A baseline mammogram is recommended for women ages 35 and over. A yearly mammogram is recommended for women ages 40 and up. Some people say that mammograms are uncomfortable, but I can assure you, a mammogram is nothing compared to what my grandmother experienced during her 17 months of treatment. Mine died on August 2nd, 2011 at age 66. My other grandmother also battled breast cancer in 2004. Luckily, hers was detected early through a mammogram, and she survived. I was able to spend a lot of time with her this past Christmas, but not with Mom. So please, please get your mammogram. Make sure your grandmother gets her mammogram, your mother, your sisters, and her daughters. Don't put it off. Mammograms save lives.
Good job, Julie. Our next speaker is going to be Jessica Potter, our 6th grade winner from Ocoee Middle School.
One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in darkness bind them. In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. Suspenseful, isn't it? I suppose I should introduce myself. It would be rude if I didn't. I'm Jessica Potter, also known as Bookworm. I'm here today to tell you the tale of one of the most popular epics ever written, The Lord of the Rings. Some of you may know the name. Some of you may have even seen the movies. But most of you don't know the whole story. I'm here to change all that. Buckle up, because I'm about to take you on a rousing journey through the realms of Middle-earth. Before we delve too deeply into the world of Middle-earth, I'd like to tell you a bit about the man behind the masterpiece, J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien is the wildly imaginative author of The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and many, many other books. On January 3rd, 1892, John Ronald Reuel Tolkien was born in Bloemfontein, South Africa. Tolkien later settled near Birmingham, England, at the age of 4, after his father, a banker, died in South Africa. He studied English and literature at Oxford. This helped Tolkien to create the languages of Middle-earth. He served briefly in the army during World War I as a second lieutenant. Tolkien wrote The Hobbit in 1937. A sequel came 17 years later in the form of Lord of the Rings. Sadly, Tolkien's death on September 2nd, 1973 put an end to the magic, though his legacy lives on, even today. I know some of you may be eager to start reading The Lord of the Rings right away, but if you haven't read The Hobbit first, you should read it. The Hobbit is the prologue to The Lord of the Rings. Trust me, if you read The Hobbit, you'll understand so much more. It began with the forging of the great rings. 3 were to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power. For bound within these rings was the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to rule all the others. And into this ring he poured his malice, his cruelty, and his will to dominate all life. One by one, the free lands of Middle-earth fell to the power of the ring. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of men and elves marched against the armies of Mordor. On the slopes of Mount Doom, they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth. Victory was near, but the power of the ring could not be undone. It was at this time, when all hope had faded, that Isildur, son of the king, took up his father's sword and cut off Sauron's ring finger, separating ring from master. Sauron, the enemy of the free peoples of Middle-earth, was defeated. The ring passed to Isildur, who had this one chance to destroy evil forever. But the hearts of men are easily corrupted, and the Ring of Power has a will of its own. It betrayed Isildur to his death, and some things that should not have been forgotten were lost. History became legend, legend became myth, and for 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge, until, when chance came, it ensnared a new bear. The ring came to the creature Gollum, who took it deep into the tunnels of the Misty Mountains, and there it consumed him. The ring brought to Gollum a natural long life. For 500 years it poisoned his mind, and in the gloom of Gollum's cave, it waited. Darkness crept back into the forests of the world. Rumor grew of a shadow in the east, a nameless fear. And the ring perceived its time had now come. It abandoned Gollum. But then something happened that the ring did not intend. It was picked up by the most unlikely creature imaginable. A hobbit, Bilbo Baggins of the Shire. That was the introduction to the movie The Fellowship of the Ring. But enough about history. Let's get back to the story. On old Bilbo's 111th birthday, or 11th as a hobbit would say, something rather strange happens. Bilbo disappears into thin air. He leaves everything to his young nephew Frodo, including his prized possession, the ring. After finding out what the ring truly was, it was up to Frodo and his faithful servant Sam, along with a small group of companions, to destroy the evil once for all. The ring rates. The 9 men enslaved to the ring are searching for him, and Frodo has to take the ring to the one and only place it can be destroyed, Mount Doom, in the very center of Sauron's Dark Kingdom. What's going to happen? Read The Fellowship of the Ring to find out. The Fellowship is broken. Some are bracing hopelessly for battle with the ancient evil of Sauron. Some are dealing with the treacherous wizard Saruman, who's trying to take the ring for his own sinister uses. Frodo and Sam are alone, yet still attempting to infiltrate Mordor and destroy the ring. When they find the Black Gate impenetrable, they are left with a choice: to give up and turn back, or let Gollum, the greedy, hate-filled slave to the ring, guide them through the tunnels of Cirith Ungol, where strange things lurk in the dark, and no one has come out alive. What's in Cirith Ungol? Can they really trust Gollum? Find out in the second book of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers. The Dark Lord Sauron is sending out his armies to conquer the whole of Middle-earth. It seems that none can withstand his might. All the while, Sam and Frodo are having hardships within Mordor. There are shortages of food and water, and as they near Mount Doom, the ring becomes heavier with every step, until Frodo finally begins to buckle under the weight of the ring. This is the third and final book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Return of the King. Can you handle it? Boy, that was a breathtaking journey, wasn't it? I hope all of you enjoyed it. I know I did. I'm happy to say that I've read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I want all of you to be able to say that too. I can honestly say that this series is beautifully written, deeply suspenseful, but if you listen to me and pick up a copy of this series today, you won't want to put it down. Thank you.
Good job, Jessica. And our final speaker is our seventh grade winner from Ocoee Middle School, Gabrielle Burse.
You fear the loss and pain of defeat, but are still able to stand on 2 feet. You crumble and cry as much as you want, but nothing can keep you away from the hurt. This is what you've been working for, the pride and honor as you take to the floor. You remember the pain and struggles you had when all the good seemed to turn to bad. When behind the scenes you crumbled and prayed for it all just to simply go away. The doubt and regrets of what you went through sometimes just made you want to give it to the next girl in line that gave it her all but always seemed to carry a fall. You remember the times when you thought to give up but could never find a reason to disrupt anything and everything that you've given to the sport, the heart's desire, and all the support. But when the pressure builds and tears you apart, how are you able not to depart? How are you able to still carry a smile when everything inside you is in a pile? You hold your head high and never look back, because that's what keeps you all intact. It's what runs in your veins and is the key to your heart. It's only the beginning, only a start. It holds a future that can never be told, one that can shine with the brightest of gold. With the sky as its limits and the moon as its guide, no one can tell how high one could travel with the hard work put in to truly become a champion. Have you ever heard that before? It came from 2008 Beijing Olympic gold medalist Shawn Johnson. Shawn Michelle Johnson was born on January 19, 1992. When she was little, she was always energetic. One day, she climbed on top of the kitchen counter and jumped off because she wanted to skydive. That didn't end too well. Her teeth went through her bottom lip. When she was only 3 years old, her mom put her in gymnastics because she wanted her daughter to have a safe and soft place to play. Even though the coaches were very strict, Shawn still had a blast. Finally, when she was 7, she competed in her first competition. She came in 10th place, but hey, it was her first time. And when she was 11, Chow secretly recorded her on video and sent it to Martha Caroline, the person who tells who's going to be on the USA women's gymnastics team. Chow sent the letter with a note attached that said that she had been accepted into the camp. She was so excited and went straight home to pack. After driving for 2 hours, Shawn started to become a little bit impatient. Every 10 minutes, she would ask if they were almost there. Eventually, the road just turned into gravel and then just a path through the woods. After what seemed like forever, they were finally there. When they got there, the moves that they were doing were easy, but then progressed into more harder and more complex moves. That camp really helped her later in life. Finally, when she was 15, she was allowed to compete in the Olympic trials, but the week before, she had hurt her knee while she was practicing. One day, as she was driving home, she was amazed at how much it was raining. After 2 hours of being home, her parents still weren't there, so she called them. She asked them where they were. They said they were help putting sandbags around Chow's gym so maybe it wouldn't flood. She asked them why they hadn't called her to help. They said they didn't want her straining herself before the trials, but that didn't stop her. She went straight over there. But the next day, when she went out for practice, she found the gym 4 feet underwater. She felt empty. All she had trained for since she was 3 years old, and I can't even practice the week before. All my dreams are hopeless now. She told her mom what had happened, and her mom said everything would be okay. And it was. In just 4 days, the whole community had pitched in to rebuild the gym. She got that last-minute practice in after all. For the trials, they had to go back to Martha's camp, which was, again, one long, boring drive. About an hour after they got there, Sean started feeling nervous. She kept falling off the beam and couldn't stick her landings. Chow said that if she didn't pull herself together, then he wasn't going to let her go out there at all. But the time had come where she would give it her all, everything she has trained for since she was 3 years old. She took a deep breath and started, and before you knew it, it was over. She had stuck everything. She came in first place with a score of 16.225. Later, they announced that she had made the Olympic team. She was so excited. About 2 months later, 2 of the girls already had injuries before the Olympics had even started. They didn't know if they were going to win anything at all, but they did. They won 4 silver medals in the girls all around, and Sean won the gold on the balance beam. Now, gymnasts aren't supposed to ski, but that was one of Sean's favorite things to do. When she heard the pop and looked down and her knee was black, she knew something was wrong. She had torn 3 ligaments in her knee, which called for surgery. She announced at the 2012 Olympic trials that she would be retiring due to her long-term knee injury. Now, even though she is retired, she's still very young and does lots of things. A couple months ago, she was on Dancing with the Stars and came in 2nd place. She's also written 2 books. One I've read, called Winning Balance, What I've Learned So Far About Love, Faith, and Following Your Dreams is one. She also wants to go back to college to study business and medical science. She also likes to work with children's charities, those helping kids with cancer. Love what you do, and do what you like is another quote from her, and I can't wait to see what she does next.
Good job, Gabby. Overall, 4 very good speakers. Let's give them one more round of applause. Very nicely done. Before I finish, the other thing that I want to say to you, Kiwanis, is thank you for your support, not only financially, but in kind. All of you, there have been quite a few of you that have come and judged for us. I can promise y'all, without the judging that you do, as well as the financial support that you give for this program, we would not be able to do what we do. Every child, every one of those 2,800 youth that have given a speech this year has received a ribbon. That's because of you. That's something that Kiwanis donates to us. We give them ribbons, okay, as they move on to the competitions. These 4 girls have already competed in 3 competitions. Their club one, then they move on to sub-county contests where they get trophies that Kiwanis donates. Once they win at sub-county contest, they move on to the county contest, and at this year's county contest, we gave them medals, 4-H medals. Once again, something that Kiwanis gives. So girls, all of you are girls this year, all of our winners are. I want you to make sure that you tell our Kiwanis sponsors, thank you so much for that, okay? Once again, Kiwanis, thank y'all for having us. Thank you for your support. Look at these 4 girls, they're turning out just fine, okay? Thank you.
Say thank you, Lynn, and thank you all, particularly the parents. All right? You should be very proud of these young ladies. And we know that all of the practicing, working for it, repetition, constructive criticism, all those things go into the process of the final product that we had here today. And I tell you, the future definitely is bright, and such a diverse selection of topics. What I'm more impressed with than anything is the fact that little to absolutely no use of the note cards. As long as you spoke, that shows dedication, commitment, perseverance, the memorization that's involved, and the subject matter that you have. That's not easily done. And for those of us who've been in public speaking various capacities over time, y'all did great. Okay? That's the toughest thing to do, is get up in front of a crowd and speak on any topic for any length of time. So I'm very proud of you. I know this club is, but this is part of the reason why our international mission is serving the children of the world. But we start doing that here at home. We do it first. you're great ambassadors for our community and great ambassadors for your families. And we're so proud of you. Do we have any questions whatsoever from the members to Lynn or possibly to any of our speakers? Anyone? Just by chance, I'm going to open it up. All right. All right, Adam, you got something to say?
No.
Okay.
He's trying to be good.
I'm going to say, Dr. No back there. But we definitely do appreciate you. Thank you for what you do. Kay, thank you. We've been sponsoring this program for over 40 years through this club. And the time and commitment, resources from this club, what you said, Lynn, that's absolutely correct. And we're glad to do it. Seeing no other further business, any announcements from the floor whatsoever? If not, remember next week, same time, same channel, right up here on the hill. And I would say this is for the students. Please stick around for about 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to take pictures or not.
They already taken it.
All right, good. I didn't know, just making sure on that. Anyway, parents in particular, I want to let you also know there is no charge for the meals that you had today. All right? So, you took your time to come up here. I think this is probably the biggest group of parents we've had actually come on the day of these speeches before. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, we're adjourned.
I went to Wyoming school when I was not that long ago.
Jessica.
It is. I couldn't remember my days when I was in the school.
You did all that and didn't sell any pancake cakes.
Well, you know.